Hi flames, welcome back to my channel. So I took a small break from YouTube, which was very much needed, but we are finally back. We are going to be taking a look at your villain story. Now, let me catch you up a little bit before we get into this pick a card. So if you don't know or you're not following me on any other socials, I have been tapping into my villain energy and I offer villain energy readings and the villain files, which I just dropped. If you want to tap into your villain energy, then you can check out the description. So we have 3 cards for today. We have pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. So pile 1, let's tap into your villain story. So to me, pile 1, what I sense about your villain story is that it's really wrapped into almost like I'm hearing like accusation energy. Feels like you've been deeply misunderstood. You've been labeled as something that you're not. That is what's coming through as your villain story. And I even feel like with this like evil queen, I forgot what she's called. Is she like the evil witch? But it feels like you were made out to be something that you're not. And it feels like your villain story is literally wanting to reclaim itself. It wants to be understood. Because it feels like your story is like, I'm seeing someone that just like got painted out to be the bad guy, like got very like misunderstood. There is something here around home, so it could be that something around home change for you, or like something around family is what I'm seeing. It feels like you were more powerful than your peers and this wasn't liked. I'm seeing like you could have been asked to do something for someone, and then it's like the next minute, like you turn into the villain. It's like a lot of people want to use your power and your energy for their own gain, but they don't want to appreciate your energy. And they're very bold to like ask for who you are, or like ask for your favor, ask for these gifts. But then when you do it, it's like, oh, you really are the villain. Like they do not like to see your they do not like to see you win. And I'm seeing like a home life being torn apart here, and it almost represents like people ripping you open. Like I'm seeing attack, like people attacked you here with something, or like people put a lot of the blame and burden on you. So you have Maddie Perez. She's from the TV show Euphoria. So that tells me like you are literally that person. You are like glamorous, you are an icon, like you do not need to people please. And I feel like that tells me a lot about your story already. You don't people please. You do not do what everyone else wants. You're different, you're magical, okay? You like to tap into your magic. You could be a witch here. But it's like people ask you for favors, or they like you for a little bit until they see how powerful you are. Then it's like, oh, you think you're all that. Oh, that's the kind of energy that I get from you, from your villain story and from others around you. And I feel like you've allowed people in some ways to taint a part of who you are, but now it's time to literally call back your energy and your power. Your villain story wants to be rewritten. It wants to be chosen. It wants to be brought back to life in a sense. And I'm seeing there is something within you that needs to be freed here. Feels like an expression. Feels like wanting, literally, Captain Hook, wanting to get revenge or wanting to be like set straight. It almost feels like these people humiliated you, and it's like your power wants to take back what belongs to you, like your fame, your energy. Like I don't know if like you was that person, like you were just amazing, glamorous, but something about your appearance is like it's changed. Like I'm hearing some of you could have become mothers, but it's like this part of you, this icon, wants to come back. And it's like there is almost a part of you that is even like tapping into mischief here. Like give it to them. Like, your villain story doesn't want to just be rooted in pain. It wants you to claim back what was always yours, right? Like your power, your creativity, your ideas. Take it back from them. Because it feels like maybe even someone siphoned your energy here, or they've been trying to copy off you. And a lot of your villain story is like they've made you look crazy, or they've like tainted the narrative, but you literally have the power to change this energy. You do not need to allow this story to go on. Okay, I love and appreciate you, pile 1. If you want to book your own villain energy, link in description. Pile 2, your villain energy is surrounded around Scar. So to me, it feels like intuitively your villain story is about you really exiting this cage within yourself. To me, I'm sensing this energy of like, just like Scar, you have always been made to be the villain. But I feel like somewhere in your life, you have almost like trapped yourself in this cage because of other people. It feels like a lot of people don't like who you are. They don't like your energy, your aura. You are someone that is very different in the sense that you are not scared to be the villain that takes it there. You are not scared to really conjure up and do the things that other people aren't willing to do. And a lot of people see this thing in your personality as a threat. People are threatened by you because you naturally have this leadership. And I feel like when it comes to your villain story, people have not only taken from you, but they've kind of boxed you off and told you who to be. They've kind of like created either this narrative, this story, this kind of restriction around you. And I don't feel like it bothers you a lot because Scar always made it humorous. But I do feel like it's like old news is what I'm hearing. I am seeing like this TV, like this old TV turn off. Like I'm seeing the static from a TV. It's like time to turn off everyone else's narrative. So you hold like a very strong villain power within your womb energy, within your identity. And I feel like it's time for you to literally use this like a manipulation game. You are someone here that people took from. And the power that they always had over you was keeping you in this cage, keeping you away from the news, from the truth, from you awakening who you are. And your villain story is all about how people have literally done you dirty. But your energy literally wants you to summon your own truth here. To summon your own power again. And what I'm seeing your villain story like bring up is not only turn off the timeline of people narrating who you are, but exit this cycle completely. Like it feels like you've been in front of this TV for a long time, watching like almost like watching the news, right? And this could be manifesting like you've always had everyone else's external energy like portrayed to you, but your villain is literally saying, I need you to not only turn it off and walk away, but exit the cage. Like, and I feel like a part of you maybe could even be self-inflicting this cage. But I feel like it's time to like gather your own opinion again. And this is what threatens a lot of people around you in your villain energy, is because they literally do not want you to gain your own control. They want to keep you in this cage. And I feel like you're about to shut down a lot of, like, I'm hearing like misogynistic men for starters, but also this could be feminine energy. So the mother that has really inflicted pain in your life. And I feel like this kind of manipulation is like coming through, not because you're supposed to go around manipulating people, right? But the manipulation is about you bending your own reality. It is about you finally gaining your own throne again. And I feel like you're keeping yourself in the dirt when you belong on a throne. But I also am hearing being in the dirt is actually a very big power for you, because the throne is where people would direct their energy. to take other people down. And I feel like your power, your villain story is bringing this power of you being in poverty, dirt, or maybe like even just like on the floor, on the ground, like not in hierarchy at all as a power, because they never suspect that is where you're going to rise. And you are rising from your trauma. You are using it to your advantage. And I feel like you've always been debating internally like how to escape this energy, but the last thing people expect from you is to rise in your power where they created the trauma. Do you see what I'm saying here? It's like for a long time your villain story has been about other people manipulating you, but this whole time it feels like you've been wearing a mask, but it's not because you don't know yourself. It is a mask for them, so you can hide your cunningness, your manipulation, your answers, your clarity that you've been gaining behind the scenes. You see, a lot of people think that putting you in a cage is going to stop you, but actually it's allowed you to sit in your power. And I feel like you're about to strike back, right? And this could be a movement, momentum, progression, like something new is being unlocked here for you. And I even see like you are literally letting go of a lot of these old stigmas around your path, and you're going to start to gain your own clarity. And this is how you are rising. Like, your villain does not want you to sit in this energy forever. It wants you to get understanding that your villain story was always a part of the plan. That is all for you, Pole 2. If you do want to unlock your own villain energy, link in the description. Pole 3, your villain is Jafar. So let's take a look at your villain story. So the first thing that I am seeing resurrect here through the ground is like a leaf. I'm literally seeing soil, and I'm seeing this leaf, like just this one leaf grow from the soil. I am seeing that your villain story, there was a huge ending, several maybe even, okay? Like several endings around your villain story. And it almost feels like something ended you. It ended your story. It broke you in so many ways, but I'm seeing like your villain story is finally rising again. It's finally growing. You're finally remembering, and you're like, whoa. And I'm seeing like this feels like deep rooted, okay? This feels like people not only tuck it in their means to stop you in your life, but they try to end everything that you are creating. This could even be like a person in your life right now, or this could, like, this feels like for the last 10 years, like for the last few years, like you've always had people try and end you, or things don't work out. Like your villain story is about how people oppress you. And I'm seeing what is happening right now is there is growth. There is growth through the ground again, and people don't expect it. People aren't even looking at you anymore because they don't expect it. But I'm seeing like a seed start to grow. A seed that they may have even planted. When it comes to your villain story, it feels like people underestimate you. Deception. They try and stop you from using your mind, using your magic, your power. They don't like maybe that you even have this power of deception. You're a shapeshifter. You know, Jafar has a lot of power when it comes to magic. And I see this like energy finally unleashing within you. After a long time, Harley Quinn. This is like, again, this could even be like to do with a relationship, like things that broke you, ended you. Like your villain story feels very like sad, very puppeteer, very like you had something or someone that was so big in your life that they consumed a lot of your story. And then when it ended, it broke you. And I feel like your villain story has always been about other people. It's always been about people oppressing you, people like having the cards that are yours, that they belong to you, the magic belongs to you, but they're the one that get to use it. And a lot of people do not like when you use your power. Like, this is giving like someone stuck in a relationship for a long time that just overtook them so much, it consumed them like Harley Quinn, to the point that they lost themselves. And your villain power is resurrecting here because it wants you to remember who you are. It wants you to not only remember who you are, it wants you to finally, for the first time, gain this understanding for yourself. It wants you to gain your power back. It does not want you to be stuck in anyone else's story. It wants you to be free from everyone else's behaviors. And I feel like this version of you exists, but I'm seeing now this like new version of you is rising. Like, I'm getting throat chocolate irritation here, and that could be because like this old version of you hasn't ever seen the power that this version of you holds, because for the first time you don't have anyone else's hand to hold during this. And I feel like your power, your villain story, is all about how you fell, how you've always been at the bottom, you've always been consumed, you've always been led by others, by the moon, maybe even by magical principles. But for the first time, you are cleansing yourself, you're releasing everyone else's hold on you, and you're gaining your own momentum. You are gaining your own wisdom. You are gaining what is yours for the first time without permission. And therefore, your villain story has always been about how other people hold your cards, but your villain story is saying, now I'm brave enough to release it so I can gain my own cards, so I can gain what is actually mine. Because your villain doesn't want you to stay stuck. It wants you to release yourself from everyone else's thoughts, opinions, conflicts. You see how it's been deep-rooted in the mind that you need other people, where you've not been able to trust your own intuition. Your villain is saying, gain your own sense for the first time. And it almost feels like what has been knocked within your story so much, like you've always had to end things, you've always had to let go. Like, your villain story is finally saying, I'm ready for what is mine now. Like, this is what I'm ready for. I love and appreciate you, Pole 3. I hope that was helpful. If you do want to unlock more of your villain story, a link is in the description.